Here's how I shot a commercial for Sungazer Fruity Beer before even stepping on set. I'm Ben, and in this video, we're gonna take a look at how I took these storyboards and turned them into this. The saying goes, proper preparation prevents poor performance. To help myself prepare for the shoot, I first started by creating a lighting diagram in Shot Designer, just to have a rough idea of what lights and modifiers I might need. Shot Designer is a great tool for quickly creating camera blocking and lighting diagrams. The app has a variety of lighting types, as well as some basic props for you to create a bird's eye view diagram of your scene. It can sometimes be hard to visualize what the final lighting will look like just from a lighting diagram. To help me get a better idea of what the final lighting would look like, I booted up Cine Tracer, built the scene, and started placing lights according to my lighting diagram. Cine Tracer allowed me to take my 2D lighting diagram and visualize it in a 3D environment. What's Cine Tracer, I hear you ask? Cine Tracer is a lighting game developed by cinematographer Matt Workman. There are a lot of industry-style lights, cameras, grip, and rigging, not to mention quite the library of props and set pieces that you can use to build your scenes. The one thing to note with Cine Tracer is that the light quality and intensity isn't accurate to real world, but it gives you a pretty good idea of what the scene will probably look like. Being able to see what the lighting was doing visually allowed me to make any major tweaks to the lighting before the day of the shoot. I took a couple of screen grabs of the frames I created in the game and sent them through to the director. On the day of the shoot, I set up the lights according to what I'd created in Shot Designer and Cine Tracer. I made some minor changes to the lighting, adding another pair of Parachute 30Cs to help bring up the exposure of the background, and added an additional Aperture 300D on the left to help wrap the light around the left side of the cans more. The final adjustment that I made was I added a bounce board on the right side of frame to add a bit more exposure to the right of the cans. Having a solid plan in place is really important for a smooth day on set. But sometimes, even with the best plan, some unexpected things can happen. Since the cans were staggered and we were shooting on a blue screen, I had to shoot with a deep depth of field and a high shutter speed. The reason I did this was to keep all the cans in focus as well as reduce the amount of motion blur to help with the key of the blue screen. I was pushing the output of the lights to 100% and still found myself increasing the ISO of the camera just to get the exposure that I was after. I was really happy with how the lighting came together, but if I had to do something similar in the future, I would have opted to use larger lighting fixtures with more light output. Next time, I would replace the Aperture 300D Mark IIs with Aperture 600Ds, just to give me more flexibility in light output when needed. It's definitely better to have more powerful lights, as there's no harm in using them at only a fraction of their intensity. The Sungazer Fruity Beer shoot was a super fun shoot in the studio. There were definitely a few things that I'd do differently in future, but it was a great learning experience. Cine Tracer was an amazing tool for helping me communicate my ideas more effectively with the director, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where the development of the game goes in the future. Thanks to the team at One House Agency for allowing me to share the storyboards as well as the final ad. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it in the future, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and until next time, don't forget to hit record. But sometimes, even with the best plan, some unexpected things can happen. Love it. Hello, hello, hello.